My name is Joe Mitchell. I have cystic fibrosis, and my lungs are trying to kill me. In between my various medications, treatments, appointments, doctor's visits, I come here. Breathing in this salt air is highly effective at combating all of the bacteria that is growing inside of my lungs. It helps me breathe better, live longer, and allows me a better quality of life.
The ocean is our friend, and having easy access to the ocean and using it as a tool to help people with cystic fibrosis is the reason why this event was created. So sit back, relax, and take it all in, because you're about to embark on an epic adventure. This is Crossing for a Cure. We really wanted this year to focus on the community of the event. I mean, that's what this is all about. People coming together to help other people.
I mean, this is a movement we're starting. When you think about what this really has become, awareness, exposure, the lives we've been able to change.
People, when they look at this, they see it from one tiny perspective of why they're joining. Maybe it's because they want to put something on their bucket list. They want to have a big fitness goal on the horizon. They had somebody in their family affected by cystic fibrosis. Maybe they have cystic fibrosis. But after you take that step and you start to take this journey, things start to then unfold.
Good.
We're here. My name is Joseph Morel. This is actually the third time that I've paddled across from Bimini to Florida. It's not a destination race, it's a marathon journey. It's becoming a lifestyle. And the lifestyle is, it's not about, hey, I want to do this to make it. The lifestyle is more about, I want to help.
This year, we have a total of 100 paddlers, consisting of competitive individuals, relay teams, and recreational paddlers.
Paddleboarding is really, really accessible. The water is always there, and finding people that have that same respect for the water is really, really special. With paddling, you have the surface of the water and you have the wind and all these different conditions, so it makes a tighter community because people are less concerned about what's going on, with the guy next to them, and it's more about what am I doing to be the best paddler that I can be. being able to go across an ocean on your own human powered, just you doing it, that's what it's all about.
When we talk about being bold in the face of fear, fear is that mental construct. It's what we create that is a tool that was designed for us to help survive. But now that we are surviving, we can transcend past that and lean into that vulnerability and fear in a way that brings forth the best in all of us.
My name is Ben Mudge and I've got cystic fibrosis. I've been compared to the superhero Thor a lot, and that's what a lot of people see. They see this guy who looks a bit like a superhero. It's nice to know that people don't look at me and think that guy's sick.
In actuality, they inspire us. They're the ones that give us the motivation and the fearlessness and the strength to carry on. So they're the example of why.
No, my CF doesn't affect me because I don't allow it to. I came up with a quote a while ago where it was, I give it all the time it needs and then nothing more. So I give it all the time it needs in terms of my rest, my nutrition, all my medications, and then I cut it off. That's all it gets. That's all the time of my life it gets, and then I get to spend the rest of my life doing whatever I want to do. Just make sure I keep that in check.
The most challenging circumstances that we face in life, if treated right and if handled properly and processed and coped with in a way, it can become the most powerful source of energy and inspiration and motivation in your life as a gift.
Epic Love was born out of this desire to do something for Piper in a way that would be an example to show her that no matter what obstacles you face in life, you can make the choice to persevere, and you can take those things that cause you the most suffering and you can transform them. And that's what Epic Love has become. It's a rallying cry for people not only within the CF community, but beyond. Inspiring stories of love through action.
This was the first year we did the paddle out to honor and recognize every person in the CF community that has come and gone. It's bringing people from around the world together for a single cause, uniting them. To focus on love. And this heart that was created out in the water just embodies everything that we're doing. Honoring the ocean, honoring why you're here, and honoring the moment.
Piper is like this little magnificent human being that gives so much love but is surrounded by just as much. And to see her in that environment just smiling, enjoying it, absorbing all of the love is so inspiring. And not only does she absorb it, she exudes all of it back at everybody there. And I mean, it's like she's completely surrounded by an army of angels all the time.
Life is full of individual moments, and you get those. But really what life is about, it's giving. And that's how you create a life out of those moments. It's when you give back what you have received.
The most beautiful aspect of this is that we are making history. And I think the way that we're making history is the fact that we come into it, or you may come into it as an individual saying, I'm going to do this. However, when you leave, you have a sense of belonging, you have a sense of family, you have a sense of pride, you have a sense of inspiration, and that is going to carry you into your next journey, whatever it is that you want to do. And I think that's the beauty of the crossing.
Less than 12 hours to go, and we will be breaking the beach right here with all of our paddle boards and kayaks and you name it. So we will be launching into Neverland about 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be a very, very powerful moment.
So walking out on that beach in the middle of the night, it was like everything that felt so surreal became a reality. And I mean, you couldn't look one person in the eye without feeling the excitement resonate through you. It was incredible. And I remember thinking like, wow, we're about to paddle across the ocean right now. Like, this is really happening.
You're crazy for love, and you're crazy for passion. You're crazy for inspiration. You're crazy for a why.
We have this moment and that's it. The people who are on your left, the people who are on your right, those people are the fabric of how you bring forth the best version of everything that you have in front of you. It's your masterpiece to create. And together, all of us, this is our masterpiece, you know? The event, the impact, the videography, the beauty of it all, and how we share it. If we don't share it, you know, it goes, you know, unheard.
When we think of consciousness, the best way of describing it would be this unbounded, infinite, ever-expanding ocean. And upon that ocean, upon the surface, are waves, which is basically curved ocean, right? An individual expression of that oneness. We as humans are an individual expression of consciousness. And so when we're out in nature, we're out in the middle of the ocean, we're not separate from, but part of, right? And the Sanskrit terminology for that is aham brahmasmi, and that is I am totality. But when you're in nature, simply aham, I am, I am the ocean. I am the wind. I am the cosmos, the planets, the earth. I am. I am. Aham. I am.
I think about Piper the whole way across. And for me, I feel like I have a much different perspective on all of this. I've seen Piper laying in that hospital bed. I've talked to the families who need help and financial assistance. I've seen the results and the impact of what we're doing in the CF community. And it's very visceral and emotional for me. So it drives me in a very powerful way. That's why I'm so grateful for the people who may not have a connection to CF or have never met Piper. The fact that they show up, fundraise, and paddle their hearts out is what makes me so emotional about the whole thing. It's this rallying of an entire community.
As this year's event began to unfold, there was a poem that came to mind that I was introduced to a while ago that really seemed to fit not only what we were doing, but what those 100 paddlers would be faced with and what they would really accomplish. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the felt clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloodied but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and the menacing of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.
You know, the idea was open that, you know, anybody could do it on anything they wanted. Like if you wanted to kick a raft across the Gulf Stream, you could do that. And, you know, in traditional lifeguard fashion, I had the idea to prone paddle. Frank's overall determination just continued to, you know, push me. And it was just the look in his eyes was like, I don't know. You could just feel it coming off of him. And, you know, I tried to harness that, just really trying to set that focus on like what we're out there for.
It's about what we do in our lives with this precious time that we have here on this earth to take steps, no matter how big or how small, to initiate something that is genuine and heartfelt and carries that presence with it, that brings you into that presence with this moment.
This event is a mosaic of artists that bring all their creativity and love and passion to it. It's a masterpiece of the epitome of teamwork. And teamwork, as they say, makes the dream work. Being bold in the face of fear and inspiring every breath. Those are the things we want to do in an effort to represent this epic love. It's love that has been transcended. And that's what every single person who brings their energy into this, that's what comes out. You see it, you feel it, and it may not be something people live every day. But when they paddle across the ocean and they hit that beach, you can see it. It pours out of them. And it's because they have done something epic in the name of love. And that is something we want to inspire more in the world.
You know, this was something that I was, extremely interested in the first place before it even happened, and just experiencing what I experienced, let alone, just in the Bahamas by itself, with the camaraderie and, the brotherhood and the sisterhood and just the fellowship, the whole deal, and just how the operations ran, and, all the love and everything like that. I told Travis and Liz that, you got a lifer here. I plan on doing this event every year until I can't anymore.
A lot has gone into this, not only being on the committee, but a co-chair of this event. It's been life-changing. But working with all these beautiful people, I'm very humbled, very honored and humbled to work with. Work with some of the finest people I've ever met, the biggest hearts, and they're just full of giving. And it's been been a real blessing.
To many more years of a father's love for his daughter, and to many more years of not just making history. This year we made history, next year we're changing history. And you know, each year it's just another notch on the belt. And the more we do it, the better we get at it. And you know, it's a passion. And I think it's hard to define passion. But if you have love, and you have a reason, and you know your why, passion easily follows. And I love the crossing.
It takes a special group of people to come together for a purpose, having not known each other before. And being part of that was the greatest experience I've ever had.